Welcome to Rhythm and Roads, Las Vegas. I'm your host, Joshua Jacob. On today's show, we have a very special guest. We have Amber Rae. She's a photographer based in El Paso, Texas. So, welcome, Amber, to Rhythm and Roads. Hey, so I've been checking out your work, and yeah, you definitely have an eye. You definitely are talented in editing and knowing just the different color, the lighting, and all that to go with your photos. And it's very impressive. Yeah. And the reason why I'm big on that too is because as a filmmaker, and I do photography on the side, but not too much. I haven't in a while, but it is something I do enjoy. Yeah, anytime I come across someone's work, I am like, hey, what's your story? So,
Well, thank you.
oh yeah.
It took a while for me to start photography, like to actually get into it again. Um, when I was younger, my grandma used to walk around with a camcorder, and
Oh,
then my
really?
mom too. So they would capture memories. And um, after I had my daughter, I wanted to do that for her as well. So that's when I got my first camera, which I didn't know what to do with it. Like it was think it was a Nikon. It was so hard to work with, but I tried. Um, I put a pause on it for a while, went to a GoPro, and then I was like, this is fun. So I started with the GoPro again, and then finally I got the camera that I really, really wanted. And then that's when picked it up again, and then I fell in love with it. So yeah.
Okay. Wow, interesting. So let's kind of start from way to where you really discovered your interest in photography. So when you were young, did it start there? Was it in high school? I mean, what was the interest behind wanting to capture moments of time and just kind of capture different things like that? So,
Honestly, I think back then when I was younger, we didn't have like the technology wasn't that great. So my mom and my grandma, they would record at like parties and stuff like that. My grandpa, he had one of those cameras that had like those floppy disks. And I remember in high school he took it and I was wrestling and he was all taking pictures. I mean, they came out nice. I started when I got my first flip phone. Yeah, so I was always taking pictures of my flip phone. And of course, like there was no way to like upload them except for like MySpace, but that was that. And then I remember my mom had bought me a camera and that one didn't last that long. I had taken a picture of one of my wrestling meets and then it went missing and I was like, "Oh my God." So I had to wait till I actually was able to get my own camera and that was after I had my daughter.
okay, that was after when you had your daughter. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's very interesting in the development, right? From flip phones to just the camera that you said your grandmother had, right?
Mhm.
And then, so what are you working with right now? What camera do you have?
Right now I have this Sunny A7 III. Can you see? Oh, hold on. It's like right there. I have this camera. I did buy setups for it, like a big monitor. To help with recording as well because I do want to grow. I want to do the photography and I also want to do like videography as well. Because I think it looks nice, like yes, you could capture the picture, but it's always nice to have that video because you capture the special moments of like families and it's kind of like a moving picture. We'll just put it like Harry Potter. Like, it's just you have that on the side. So, I think that would be nice to learn. Right now I'm still learning on the photography. I did go to a class and I loved it. So,
Oh, you went
yeah.
to a class?
I did. I
Oh,
went
wow.
in the beginning of this month. Photography, I think it's Reed's Photography. They had a class going on, and I was like, I'm gonna learn. So that's what I did. We got to take a picture of like a model, and
Wow.
it was nice. She was really pretty, and then I made like a kind of I made her look like a little art. I don't know. I did post it, so it was fun. It was
That's
nice.
cool. And
Mhm.
was this art class in El Paso or online?
It was in El Paso. It's
Oh,
in
it was. Okay.
downtown.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Reed's Photography, and they sell a lot of equipment there. Like I was surprised because usually all I thought that we had in El Paso was just like Best Buy, Walmart, Target, online, Amazon. But no, I found them, and the lady, the owner that works there, she's very helpful, very nice, and she actually helped me get one of my lenses, like, and she showed me how to use it, and I was like, is that how you're supposed to set up the settings? So she did help me. And then they had the class there, and the guy that was giving out the class, he was really nice too and very helpful.
That's awesome. I'm glad that yeah, El Paso has some variety of classes to teach on that. I mean, it is, beautiful town too, because I'm from El Paso, but the scenery, the history behind it and downtown, there's so much to capture as a photographer, especially on the just yeah, the outskirts of El Paso. So but yeah, that's cool. So, what's next for you in wanting to develop yourself to learn to be a videographer, do film a bit?
Well, right now I'm trying to stick to regular photography, like portrait photography, family photography, I even maternity photography. I think that's very beautiful. And then once I start learning more on like the videography, I kind of want to do like weddings, capture everybody and everything that's going on, because like those are big memories, to hold on to. Like that's the thing that I love photography is the memory part. Everybody needs those special memories because one day you're gonna forget. I'm just kidding. You're not gonna forget, but it's important to have those memories. So,
Yeah, I totally agree. One thing is, yeah, my friend and I, my best friend, he's a photographer and videographer, is that we do create a lot of cool memories. We do little short films. He takes photos of models and stuff in El Paso. It doesn't have, not just models, but anyone who's willing to want to do some photo shoots, he's there. But one thing that we always talk about is the experience, is the memories of being in that moment on set. Just with friends, meeting new people, collaborating, networking. And you're just like, hey, we had a good time. And then you meet new friends from it. You learn from each other and you grow, which is another cool thing about you meeting other photographers or videographers is you learn from them, they'll learn from you, and you guys grow together and learn. And next thing you know, it's like you just you have a good circle of friends that are great support. So,
yeah, and they love to do what you love to do too, as well.
exactly. Yeah. Great minds think alike, and the creativity and the artistic side of stuff, of
Mhm.
us. So especially for me, because I do love the whole filmmaking and photo shoots I do like too. I don't do it so much, but when I did do it, I do a lot of scenery. Now, before we get into this, I do want to ask you this. So, because I was about to start on that subject, but I was like, wait, let me first start with you on this is as a photographer, have you ever seen other people's work that are professional, out there that inspires you? That you're like, oh, that's what I want to do. Like, what's your style that you have that you're like, when I saw this professional photographer, that's was like, I want to do that, or I want to capture it like that.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of photographers, and in going to that class, I did add some of the people that were there onto my Instagram, and I see their work, and it's very beautiful. I like the realistic of things. You know how sometimes you take a picture and let's say it's blurry, but I like that sometimes like the pictures that look real, like you can see the eyes, the eye color. It's very clear, very nice. That's what I like to do. That's what I want to do is learn more into like the coloring and stuff like that. I do like scenery. I do like hiking, and I do like taking pictures of like old churches and stuff like that. To me, that's beautiful. The agriculture, everything like that. I like taking pictures and capturing like nature and stuff like that. So, I have friends that do take pictures of flowers, and they come out bright and beautiful. And then I have people that take pictures of cars and they make it look nice. The sky, I'm into like um planets and stuff like that. And I do want like those tele lenses so I could take a picture of the moon, like the stars, like just a variety of things, you know. My friends do take pictures of that, and it does come out really nice and beautiful.
Wow, that's cool. Yeah, I've actually seen some photographers of like certain roses in the springtime, flowers. The way they capture it, it's incredible. Especially like if there's a bee landing on the flower or something, and you see the capture of that. It's awesome. Especially yeah, like you said, for space, looking up there with certain like high tech cameras that they have on that. Oh, it just there's no limit in what you can do. It's amazing.
There's no limit. And then like tomorrow, I think they're gonna have planets aligning from like the moon and I think Saturn, Jupiter. Like there's gonna be a bunch of planets lining up, and I kind of wish I had that telescope
Oh man, right?
that
Yeah.
lens so I could
That
take
would
a
be a
picture
good
of it.
yeah, that would have been a good time to have that.
Yeah.
Do you plan on going somewhere with a friend or know someone to watch that or see that?
I usually just hang out with my daughter.
Okay.
I usually take her with me when we take pictures, just in case I need to take a picture of her. But no, everything that I do it with my daughter. So she's like
That's
my
cool.
little best friend. So
That's cool. Well, at least you're inspiring her, as she's with you on these photo shoots. Because that's gonna go a long way. And the way that she sees that you're very artistic, very out there capturing photos and certain things, and she'll probably be interested in that. Who knows what when she grows up, she'll be like, "Hey, I saw my mom do it, and I love it." So
yeah,
you
that's
never know what you're doing to inspire your daughter. So,
mhm.
so
That's
what
very
I was gonna, yeah. So what I was gonna say is there's certain bands that I followed back when of like the band U2. I don't know if you're familiar with them.
yeah, you
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. So back in like 87, the album The Joshua Tree, that's one of their albums back in 1987. A lot of the photo shoots in their album is very, I mean, incredible. The photographer who did that. And that's what inspired me to do a lot of photo shoots, more for like bands, but more using scenery because it tells a story a lot with what's the surrounding of when you're out in the desert or seeing different sceneries. But yeah, there's a certain photo in that album, the Joshua Tree, that really stuck with me, and I'm just like, oh, it just the poses where they're standing, then the
Yeah,
rest of it's desert, and then it's just the mountains in the background. They're just wearing nothing fancy. They're just a black, white t-shirt, a top hat, jeans. Like, oh, we don't care. Our music will speak for ourselves.
yeah,
So
that's
stuff like that. So I mean, it's just for me, I love stuff like that. I love like there's another this is my last one, then we'll move on. There's the singer Sting. I don't know if you're familiar with Sting from
Sting.
yeah, from the
Like from the
police.
80s?
Yeah, like from the well, he's from the 80s, but he still sings around. But yeah, his name is Sting. He was from the band called The Police. But
Mhm.
a lot of his stuff too in the 80s, just his own solo music, his photographer for his own music by itself, not with the police, but his own solo music. Um, his
Mhm.
there's a particular album called Nothing Like the Sun, and the photo
Mhm.
shoot in that one stood out. I bought the vinyl. I don't even own a vinyl player. I just bought the vinyl because of just because of the photo shoot of the artwork that comes with it. It's really top notch, incredible. And what I love about it is because he's wearing like a trench coat, black. He's in a rugged bar. The windows are all tinted, kind of looking all old, and it's just, but it's very unique. It says a lot about the artist, that the artist is not trying to put himself first in the shot and saying, "Look at me." He's saying, "Look, I'm in the corner, standing, leaning against the
Yeah.
wall in a trench coat, and then there's the bar, the windows, an old door, and it's just like it just all captures it." But anyway, but stuff like that is what
I gotta
inspired
take.
me. Yeah, stuff like that inspires me as a photographer because certain artists back when in the 80s and 90s of the way they did certain poses with their album covers and all that. It was remarkable. I don't know. I'm a musician, so that's why to me it's like I study all that. So
Oh, that's great. Yeah,
yeah.
that's awesome.
But of course, this is not my interview, it's your interview. So we're gonna keep on with Amber.
I
Yeah.
like that. When you're talking about it, it reminds me of that one music video, Selena. You know how she's like in the desert and she's dressed all pretty and she's making her music video,
I've
but you
not
see
seen
the
that.
desert.
Which song is that?
I can't remember, but she does have a music video with like the scenery of like the desert and then she's
Oh
in there and
wow.
then the band is there. So
Oh, I'll have
yeah.
to check it out. I'll have to look that up. I mean, I am a huge fan of Selena, but I've never seen that video. So
No,
um
one of her
interesting.
old. Yeah. I'll send it to
Okay.
you if I
Yeah,
on
send
YouTube.
it to me and I'll send you some of the artwork of what I'm talking about. That way uh you have an idea what I'm talking about. But so I mean, for what's next for you this year? I mean, what are you wanting? I know you say you want to do sorry, I can't even talk video, videography and different things that you want to do. But like, do you have any plans for a new photo shoots that's down the road that you can have like a goal? Like, oh, I want to do that, or like, yeah, what's next in the year?
Well, right now I do have a photo shoot that's coming up in March. I think I have one March 7th and I believe one on March 20th. So I'll be taking pictures. I'm gonna try the little video thing there too. Um, so that way they can have that as well. Um, I do have on my Instagram, I did follow like Bazaar models. I used to be a model with them in the past when I was younger. So it's nice to help with that. I know my uncle, Hobie, he does a lot of photography for them as well. So I kind of want to like go to their shows, take pictures, practice, learn more. So that's what's going on for me for like the rest of the year, just learning because I need to learn a lot. Like there's a lot that I still need to learn.
Oh yeah, especially for us. Like even with this podcast show I have, I'm still learning. After even almost 3 years doing this, I'm still learning. So yeah, that's anything that we love doing in that field of industry of video, film, um,
Mhm.
photography. Yeah, we're always going to be learning. So
Yeah.
so you want to talk about your business a little bit because I know you have a title for your business, right? Your photography
Yes.
business.
It's called Emerald Scene Photography. Um, you know, I just came up with the name, like it was something fast. I had a business before and it was Amber Lee. And my name is Amber, but Lee, like my dad liked Bruce Lee, so I added the Lee on there. So like but I would sell my artwork. I used to paint. I used to spray paint.
Oh,
I used to
really?
do yeah, with the epoxy. And I already had that name established with my artwork. So I was like, what am I gonna do for the photography? I kind of want to keep it separate.
Wow.
And so I was on my way to create the business because this thing just happened fast. So I was thinking in my head, I was like, my daughter's name is Emery, and I like the color green, like emerald. Okay, emerald it is then. So emerald, and then like scenery, since I've been taking a lot of pictures of like the scenery, like the churches
Yeah.
and stuff like that when I go hiking. I was like, scenery, it'll be nice to take family pictures like in scenery as well. So like emerald scene and then well photography. So that's how I came up with the name on my
Wow.
30-minute ride to get the the license.
Wow, that's awesome. Good for you. That's actually a really interesting story. Yeah, how you came up with the name.
Yeah.
So I didn't even know that you were an art a painter as well, an artist.
Yes, I like creating art, spray painting,
Wow.
stuff like that. Creating little, my daughter, she actually loves making bracelets and she helps me with the art. But back then, I used to be all into like epoxy, and I
Okay.
used to make art with the epoxy along with like spray paint, acrylic paint. And one time I did sell one of my paintings for like $300. It was like a Buddha, and then I put like a shell on the chest of like the Buddha. It was really nice. And they bought
Wow.
it. Right? The yoga studio bought it. So when I joined the army, I lost a lot of my artistic ways.
You were in the
So
army?
I was in the army. I was in the
Really?
army.
Wow. 4 years?
So, huh?
You were in the army for 4 years?
4 years, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
With
Wow.
I was a truck driver in the army, and then I ended up switching over to human resources and in a medical care detachment where, they were taking out blood, and I even learned how to give IVs. So,
Wow.
yeah, I was in the army. Before that, I did the art. When I joined the army, I kind of stopped. I didn't know how to get back to being, artistic again. And then, well, I had my daughter, and then I was like, I gotta start. I gotta start somewhere. I gotta, So right,
Wow.
right now I'm doing photography. I tried going back to art, and it's still taking a little time because, it's just I don't know what happened, but it was like erased.
Wow.
So.
I'm curious. What inspired you to want to join the army?
Well, my uncle Raymond, when I was younger, I used to stay with him and he was in the army, and I used to, well, I still do like look up to him. I used to see when he would come home with his uniform, and that was something that I wanted to do. His
Wow.
daughter, Sabrina, his son, Renee, like they also joined the army as well. And then I was like, my turn. So then I moved to Maryland with him for a while. And then he trained me, he helped me, came back to El Paso, and then that's when I signed up for the army. And I was like, when I got in and it was during Shark Week, I was like, what the heck did I do with my life? Like, what did I do? What did I do? You know? I was
Wow.
all regretting it, and then I ended up finding a bunch of people and loving it. I think that was the thing that I missed the most is like my battle buddies, my friends that were in the military. The other stuff that happened, like that sucked, but it's okay because like you meet great people that go through the same things that you go through. Um, and then yeah, and then I had my daughter, so I jumped to the reserves after that. And then
Interesting.
I was in
Wow.
yeah, and then
You were in the what?
the medical care detachment in San Diego. So they would
Okay.
fly once a month to San Diego. So that was awesome. I got to see the beach. I got to hang out.
Wow.
We had a wonderful team in San Diego. I did travel to Korea, but I didn't get to experience it that much because I was pregnant during the time, and then
Hmm.
I went through some stuff there. So I didn't get to experience it the way that I want to. So in the future, I want to go back to Korea or probably Japan, and then I'll
Wow.
take pictures over there. So
Yeah, I bet that would be incredible to be out there. Huh. You see the
yeah,
wonders of that area. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, I want to say,
it's very
uh,
beautiful. They have a lot of temples,
oh
a
yeah,
lot
a
of.
lot.
I remember seeing this Buddha statue, and it was like, oh, it was like really tall, like skyscraper type of tall. I mean, to me, it looked like that, but it
Wow.
was it was nice.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, I want to say, thank you to you and your uncle and your family for serving, and even if, the amount, whatever time you have, just to
Mm,
just for you to give your time like that to our country, means a lot. So thank you,
thank
for
you.
doing that. Yeah, that means a lot. Well, before we close on this episode, how can your fans and the viewers find your work or even want to hire you?
So it'll be through Instagram. It'll be Emerald Scene Photography. If you type it in, it pulls it up. I do also have a website which is Emerald Scene Photography at Pixies, I think pixieset.com. You can find it there, but I also have the links on my Instagram page as well. And then with my phone number, it's on there as on my Instagram
Okay.
page. So that would be like the whole contact thing there. So thank
All right,
you.
Amber. Well, yeah. Well, it was definitely a pleasure getting to know you. Thank you for your time and the journey, and continue to be inspired to just do what you love doing with your creativity in photography, and soon being a videographer,
Yeah.
And that's the thing, I know this is a very competitive industry. There's a lot of photographers and there's a lot of videographers. But with you, I mean, just be who you are and just love what you do, and just find that niche that I guess describes who you are, and just have fun, just have fun with it. Always have fun.
Thank you. And I appreciate you so much for allowing me to be part of your show. It means a lot. It really does. I got
Oh
like
yeah.
I was so excited when you reached out. I was like, "Oh my God, Mom!" I was like, "Dad!"
Really?
So
Well,
thank you.
well, you're welcome. I mean, yeah, anytime. But yeah, it's a blessing to have people come on Rhythm and Roads, Las Vegas, and share their story. And of course, I'm from El Paso, so there are quite a few creativity inspired artists out there, musicians, photographers, videographers, just all different kinds, entrepreneurs. It's just incredible the people out there that you meet. And so, yeah, El Paso is definitely a special place.
Thank you. Thank you. And it was nice meeting you as Joshua.
Yeah, same, Amber. And for those that would like to come on Rhythm and Roads Las Vegas to share your story, my Instagram is Joshua Jacob Official. Feel free to reach out to me, and if you want to share your story, feel free to come on. And I believe every story matters, and every story does make an impact in someone's life, and to inspire them to try to do something different. So, well, thank you, Amber Rae, for coming on and sharing your story. And
Thank you.
guys, this is Joshua Jacob, Rhythm and Roads, Las Vegas.